I'm mad out of my mind today. The weather's lousy. There's not even any sun out. I woke up this morning and I had no power in my house. But I was angry even before I woke up. I'm real angry at a lot of different things. Some of them are not my fault, some of them are. What really helps me feel better is I love making fires, like real fires. And right now, I don't have a barbecue pit. And I could make a hole in the ground and make a fire inside of that. And I probably will do that later. Hang on. So I had no power this morning. And although it's not cold, for me it is really cold. And I really wanted to make breakfast. So I packed up a bunch of junk and I went to the vineyard. And what do I find? The neighbor's horses have gotten into the vineyard. So hold the show. Can't eat yet. Gotta take care of these stupid horses. So I drive all the way back to my house, which isn't far. It's not far. And I pick up a bunch of apples. And I'm gonna try to lead these horses to wherever they came from. And they're not interested in apples. And I don't know anything about horses, except don't approach them from behind. And right now I don't have a cell phone because I smashed it and I don't want to get calls. So I drove to where my uncle lives and borrow his phone. And I call the guy who owns the horses. I tell him, I'm sorry to call you in the morning so early, uh, but your horses have gotten into the vineyard and I need your help to get them out, please. In the nicest voice I could make. My uncle and this man were not aware about how angry I was. So, why am I angry? Well, let me be an idiot and let me talk about the things I can't control first. Which, by the way, you're not supposed to worry about things that are out of your control. There's no point in worrying about them if they're out of your control. But they still make me mad. So I'm a Republican, but you couldn't tell talking to me. Most people think I'm a bleeding heart liberal. What they don't understand is I am so far to the left, I am more right than most Republicans. I have really, really high standards for myself. And I will make myself miserable just to maintain standards. And then I see other people who actually have an important job in the government, and they don't hold themselves to standards anywhere near as high as I do. And they call themselves Republicans. The Republicans in this country are the reason why we're in the desperate state that we're in. Yeah, for years and years and years, the Republicans have been making this country worse and worse and worse. And it boiled over on the 6th of January. I've been calling for the resignation of my congressman, or I'm sorry, my senator. And I flat out told him, don't mess with me. You better step down. Because if you don't, I'm going to be forced to run against you. And yeah, I've got a lot of problems, but getting into fights with people is not one of them. That's easy. I don't remember what I told him, but I did not curse. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and people are throwing around numbers about different things, and nobody has any idea what the implications of these numbers are. So, the Republicans and the president are patting themselves on the back because so many vaccines are being distributed. Yeah, but what does that mean? 4.5 million vaccines since December 15th. Well, when you run the numbers, that comes out to 2.5 people per second being vaccinated. Well, we need to get to a rate of 10 people per second to finish in a year. If we continue at the rate of 2.5 people per second, we're not going to be finished vaccinating people for 4 years. 4 years. I don't know if I can make it 4 years living out of the house. I teach, and the people at school are thinking, the administration are thinking, oh, well, usually there's 25 students in a class, but really it's more like 30. So if we only put 10 students in there, we should be okay. No, that's not okay. So I emailed a strongly worded letter to a few people in my administration and just, told them, like, hey, I know you think you can fit so many students in the classroom. However, these students don't just beam into their desks like on Star Trek. They have to walk to their desk. And what if somebody needs to go to the restroom? If the desks are 6 feet apart, you kind of have to shift your body over a couple of feet to get out of the desk. So what? When somebody needs to go to the restroom, everybody's going to have to stand up and shift a little over to the left so that we can maintain social distancing. That's pathetic. Now, to maintain social distancing, you can have 4 people in a classroom. The area of the classroom wasn't designed to maximize uh, egress out of the classroom with maintaining social distancing. That's not the way classrooms were designed. And then And I'm not really angry at my administration. They're doing the best they can. It's the Texas Education Agency who is forcing them to open schools. Because I don't know, they have a profit motive in mind. There are some things in this world that should not have a profit motive. Education is one of them. Policing is another. Um, Hospitals should not have a profit motive either. You know, Having a profit motive for hospitals, for education, for policing, that only leads to bad things. I really want to make a fire. I might make a video of me making a fire, because I enjoy it so much. I'm so cold right now. A year ago, I bought a fancy car so I could impress girls with. I've not been able to do any of that stuff because of pandemic. And now numbers are saying 4 years before everybody's vaccinated. I'm gonna make a fire.